Everybody comes to me telling me that they know that mindfulness is important, but everybody comes saying that they are no good at it. So one of the first things I try and do with people when we're talking about meditation and mindfulness principles is correct the first major understanding that people get wrong. Mindfulness is not about sustaining attention for long periods of time. You may be able to work to that and get to that point, but what mindfulness is really about is about controlling attention and recognizing how easily our attention is constantly moving and changing. It's supposed to do that. We are supposed to have only 7 to maybe 10 seconds of ability to really focus on something before our mind is looking for the next threat. I kind of talk about it like those old prison movies where you have a spotlight that's just going through the prison walls looking for that prisoner. That's the threat, and that's what our mind is doing, trying to find the next place where it could be. And what we want to do is work on our ability to choose when we don't want to be doing that, and instead to move our attention from wherever it's gone and refocus it on whatever it is that we're choosing to focus it on. And it will move again, and then you turn it back. And then it will move again and you turn it back. And you keep doing this process. That's the practice. Working with noticing when your mind has gone off in some tangent, 2, 3, 4 minutes down the line. As soon as you notice that it's left, that's when you bring it back again. And this process has a lot of productivity for emotional well-being and changing neuroplasticity, so we become better at the attention concept and sustaining attention. We also become better at reducing the amount of stress that's happening within our system. Our threat response is there for a reason. It's there to be telling us that there's something that's happening that we need to pay attention to. Now, over time, when we used to be living with saber-toothed tigers, there is a reason that we had much more threat response to our physical safety. We've moved on from that, where now there's not that much threat to our corporal being. It is much more about how our mind identifies threat, which tends to be things that are more abstract, or maybe more to do with socialization or hypothetical situation about our safety in a concept that's more like which bills we need to pay or when the mortgage is going to be up. Things that are not about the physical but still create anxiety within us. A lot of times, that's when our mind is what I call time shifting, either to things that have happened in the past or things that might happen in the future. Now, just a flaw of neurophysiology is that when we are thinking about things from different points of time, our body is still responding as if it's happening to us in the moment and as if it were a physical threat. So we could be thinking about something that happened when we were in middle school and still get the same stress response as if we're about to fight that bully right here and right now. Now, what we need to do then is to understand that how the time shifting can have a huge effect on the amount of adrenaline and cortisol that's running through our system at any point in time. And that means we can choose to come away from that if we understand what's happening and knowing how to identify it. What mindfulness does is it tries to divert attention away from shifting to different points in time and to bring it back to the present. For the most part, the present, the right here, the right now, is a very safe place. And the more that we can focus our attention on here, rather than the time shifting and the anxieties of the past and the future, means that we can bring our system back down again to the safety of now. So this is the concept of mindfulness, is being in the present, being able to bring the system down into more the relaxation response and choose to turn your attention away from threats that you can decide are not needed to be processed at this moment. So mindfulness and meditation are giving you tools to learn how to control attention so that you can decide when you need to be processing threats that are relevant or when you can come away from ruminations of things that are not needed.